السلام عليكم داوديال أدد بين إسلامي ما تحدون كهذا dagaaliyaanki hore kick boxing magaciisa raado Undertaker wuxuu ku dhashay dalka Mareykanka 1986 wuxuu haystaa dhalashadii Mareykanka iyo dhalashadii Ingiriiska bishii hore soo dhaaftay ayuu ninkan islaamay bishana ku jirana wuxuu joogay dalka Imaaraadka marka waxa laga duubay video isaga mid kale saaxiibiin ay ku tukanayeen masaajid runtii videogan uu faafay dad fara badan muslimiin ayaa farxay oo ninkaas soo dhaweeyay li fara badanna way u direen markaa ninka waxa wareysanay nin daaciye ayaa wareystay oo magaciisa la Maxamed Xijaab wuxuu weydiiyay su'aashu waxay ahayd waxa ku doortay diinta islaamka wuxuu sheegay wixii diinta islaamka waxa ku doortay wixii markayga hore inuu diinta islaamka wada ixtiraam jiray muslimiinta ba wuxuu kalena sheegay wixii diinta islaamka waxay diinta ugu dambeysay Ilaahay noo soo dejiyay wuxuu sheegay wixii dadka muslimiinta u dad ku dhaqmo diintooda u dad diintooda ku adag laakiin wixii dadka kristaanka u dad aan ku dhaqmin diintooda I
wanted to ask you now, because this is the hot topic, especially in the Muslim community, about your conversion.
Yeah.
So tell us the story, like what happened exactly.
Well, I think a lot of people who've been following me for a while understand that I've been very respectful of Islam for a long time.
Yeah, sure.
I was born in a Christian country. I was raised as a Christian. And I've always been very respectful of Islam. And it's become more and more obvious to me and more pertinent that Islam is the last religion on the planet. When I talk about Islam, because I'm new to it, I'm a little bit careful, right? Because I'm new to it. I'm certainly not a scholar. There's so much I need to learn. I know I'm on a learning journey. I'm not here to sit here and talk scripture. I don't know those things yet. I'm here to learn.
Yeah.
But
and we're here at your assistance.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Honestly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But it's just, for me, it feels like the last religion on earth. I feel like there's no other religion. People say to me, why did you convert? And I said, I don't really feel it as a conversion. It's almost like I knew God was real and now I've become religious. And they say, well, you were religious before. I was like, religious before how? Christian? What does Christian mean? Like, who's not a Christian? You go to Christian nations and everyone says they're a Christian. Look how they live their lives. Go into the average church. Is anyone actually fearful of God? Anybody? No. The girls are out on Saturday night drinking and then they turn up to church because their parents made them. Like, there's no substance to the religion. And also, Islam very closely reflects my personal beliefs. Through my personal life, I've learned that if you don't have standards and you're not a strong person who's prepared to defend his ideas, you will be crushed.
Yes.
And we look at most religions in the world today which are not prepared to defend their ideas. What's happened to them? They're just getting crushed. And now we have Christianity as an idea which has basically said, well, we can't set any firm rules because everyone will just quit. So instead, let's make it so easy to be a Christian that nobody has to put any effort in.
Yeah.
And then accept everybody no matter what. And hopefully we can keep the church doors open. That's not God to me, you know?
Yeah.
God to me is strong. God to me is something to be feared.
Yeah.
God to me is someone that people are afraid to mock.
Yeah.
God to me is someone that you have to go out of your way to prove something to. God to me has red lines.
Yeah.
Like, God to me represents the Islamic faith. The Christian God to me, I don't see God. I can't explain. I don't see anything there. So to me it was
Undertaker markuu islaamay ayaa wuxuu la hadlay mid kale saaxiibihiin mid yahuudiya markaa uu ka codsaday wuxuu ku yiri diinta islaamka soo gal.
Can I ask you a question? All right, did you convert to Muslim?
It's Islam.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be disrespectful. I didn't know. They were asking, did you convert to Muslim? That's what I reinstated. Did you convert to Islam?
Oh. I don't want to make any political points about how Jews are disrespectful to Muslims as a whole. So I'll let that one slide. Yes, I did convert to Islam.
Wait, can I make something very clear, sir? I'm really sorry that if in any way Jews are disrespectful to Muslims. I love everybody, no matter what you are, who you are, what color skin you are, what religion you practice. I don't care what you do, what your beliefs are. I love people for people. I don't look at skin. I don't look at any of that shit. So please don't.
Good.
Thank you.
Good. Good. Me too. So it's good to hear that.
So okay, you converted to Islam. How's that? How's that going for you?
It's a beautiful religion, and it's the only way to truly find God, because I believe God is a strong, fearsome force. And I think that not enough religions respect him in that regard or understand him in that way. And especially in the West, many religions are watered down to the point of basically insignificance. Nobody takes them seriously or adheres to their commandments or parameters, whereas Islam is very different. And I think that's how God should be worshipped, with red lines. I think that there should be lines of things you're allowed to do and not allowed to do, and they should not be crossed. It's very interesting, the world we live in now. We preach tolerance, but really what we're only preaching tolerance for is absolute degeneracy. They'll say, you need to be tolerant, tolerant, tolerant. Tolerance is a good thing, agreed. But there has to be a red line where being tolerant is simply detrimental to your heart, your spirit, and society. You can't sit and be tolerant of everything to the point where absolute degeneracy is purported and advertised and accelerated, where they're going to sit and say pedophilia is okay now as a sexual orientation. I don't think that's okay or fair, and I'm not going to be tolerant of certain things. I think that is tolerance is weaponized to destroy the spirituality and the morality of humans. You're no longer allowed to have moral red lines because that makes you intolerant in the eyes of the Matrix, and it is a lie. And this is how they've got society to this point. Aiden, I don't know if you understand that the Western world that you live in is failing. It is failing as a society. It's failing as an experiment. Every single thing about it is getting worse. Every metric that can be measured is getting worse in real time. It's getting more dangerous. People are less happy. People are having less families. Every single thing about the Western world is done. It is not the future. The future of the world is in other places because the Western world is an experiment has failed because of this idea of tolerance. And if you look at the people who are most famous, look at some of the Twitch streamers out in LA. The most famous people are not people of good moral standing. They're not people of strong convictions. They're not masculine men prepared to fight to fight and defend a society. They're absolutely and utterly degenerate idiots. And America as a whole is pretty much finished and done now. In the next 50 years, it's going to be completely unlivable. Every single city is going to be on fire. And I don't know why nobody else pretends that they can't see this. It's just on its way out. And it's on its way out because people have forgotten God. That's what's happened. It doesn't cross anybody's mind that what's happening around them is it's unacceptable in the eyes of God. Do you understand me, or do I sound like a crazy man to you?
Mashallah, Andrew.
So I'm waiting for you here in Dubai. We'll go to the mosque together. It'll be beautiful.
Okay.
Book a flight. You're rich.
daawadayaal muuqaalka fiidiyoodka ka heshaan waxaan ka codsan lahaa inay sartaan like iyo subscribe sina shaqeysaan aad iyo aad u mahadsantihiin